Hello everyone, welcome to another Dusty Circuit video, and been kind of waiting, feel like I've been kind of waiting to do this one, but uh, I kind of want to do this just before, okay, so I'll just get right to it. Uh, so in my all the games I played series where I've talked about kind of gone through the history of every single type of every probably didn't get every single game I played in my life because there's been a lot of them, but I've covered at least all the ones that I mostly remember and the ones that had the most impact on me. And towards the end of that series, when I was actually covering the more modern PC games that I had played. I think I talked about Valheim and my experience playing that game, though mostly within the community of Skade gaming, as I've never really taken the time to play it on my own. But if anyone's seen that video, or with one of the few people who has seen that video all the way through is watching, well, I was rather negative about Valheim only because of my experience on Skade's Valheim server just left a bit for me to be for a bit to be desired for me, and the reason for that is, well, just to do a quick recap, I joined at a time when everyone just was busy. It's like everyone was kind of working on the village, like the main village, and kind of building that. Like it's like a lot of people are in the middle of helping with that. And well, I just got the game and I just joined the server and I was just looking for somebody to kind of hold my hand and just kind of show me how to play, what to do, etc. But that didn't. Well, I mean, I got some help, but it's not really to the extent that I would have expected from a skate from a Skade server, the Skade community. But anyway, I just kept playing along, and then a problem that actually had affected the entire server began to weigh down on me, and that was the raids in Valheim, where it's like you just be kind of chilling at your house or whatever, and just fancy free and just minding your own business, and then all of a sudden, a horde of skeletons, or a troll, or even crazier monsters. If you have beaten all the bosses, will just show up at your house and ruin your day, basically, unless you're prepared to deal with them. And the vast majority of us were not prepared to deal with said raids. And at least for those of us who live in the main community village, we're advised to, rather than try to fight the raids ourselves, log off, ping the Valkyries, or ping for a raid, and whoever all the players tasked with dealing with raids will log on and can take care of it for you. And That's largely to protect the builds of other players within the village, more than anything else. And also because not everybody can deal with the raids themselves. But as for me, I never really had the experience of. I never got to have the experience of learning how to deal with a raid myself. And so I just learned to just log off, ping, and wait for it to be taken care of. And then when the time came for me to I actually would build, I'd move out of the village and build my own house. Uh, raids started showing up at my house. I would ping, and then there people were like, we don't deal with raids outside of the village. And then I'm like, well, crap, what do I do now? So, but that wasn't the only problem like what I was facing in Valheim. There was also, so me being a YouTuber, I wanted to record videos of the Valheim server, but unfortunately, I had to contend with this issue that didn't need to exist, where basically, I'm gonna be nice, but let's just say there's a vocal minority of players did not want me to record because they felt like that's violating their privacy. Because for some reason they consider our public Valheim server like some kind of safe haven for them, and somehow me recording videos of like with their houses in the background of my videos would violate their privacy. But there was a meeting held to kind of try to just like try to. Negotiate is a harsh word, but just to try to understand like their perspectives, like as like for the greater community, to try to understand their perspectives better and to make a suggestion as for what I can do to make both sides happy. But it turns out I mean, the meeting got drawn out to like an hour. I think like an hour or 2 hours. But the final verdict was I was allowed to make videos on Valheim. But the next day, there had to be a meeting held about what the future of Valheim is going to be regarding the whole raid situation, and it was determined that the Valkyries had come up with a solution, and that is to host a second Valheim server specifically for the raids and the bosses, and like for the players who want to play the more hardcore or are more into the hardcore side of the game and want to do their progression there, while the main server can have raids turned off, and everyone else can enjoy peace. But unfortunately, unfortunately, an update would then come that basically would make this not possible, and again, the Valkyries would reach out to the developers, like, for a solution, but said developers were not exactly interested in making their game cater to a group of people it wasn't intended for, and let's just say we're not the most polite about that. And so that kind of left the server stuck with that problem, and people slowly people stopped playing. And then one day I got a I got a raid at my base, at my house. Like it was a troll, and I wasn't prepared to deal with it, and so I just rage quit and like was like, hey, can anyone help me deal with this? And then then nobody responded, and then I think I once brought that up in a birthday team call. And then that just basically started this whole long discussion of why Valheim died for a lot of us, basically. And that's just kind of the end. That was just the end of that. Basically, like, just the whole game of Valheim to everybody just kind of died out. Like, the interest of it died out because of, like, how is because of the problem that we were facing, and that really made us frustrated. And then the developers how the developers handled the problem, or just only poured salt in our wounds, and it just basically just killed our interest in the game just like that. And for the past like year or maybe 2 years at this point, we've just been like most skaters, including myself, we basically just had the impression that Valheim was just dead and never to come back anytime soon. But now we're finally arriving at the reason why I'm making this video, and that is it turns out like I think one day, like I think the story goes is one day I believe in a birthday team call, or like a Valkyrie or meeting or Valkyrie call, or like some kind of meeting of some kind, a few skaters brought up Valheim and how fun that game was. And then Jake looked into the game and discovered that the game actually has configs to enable or disable different aspects of the game, including the raids, to actually make the game easier or harder than the default. And this brought up renewed interest in the game, because this basically allows us as a community to fine tune the difficulty of the game to suit our needs. So which means basically we can just turn off the raids, and then also tweak whatever other aspects of the game are like more difficult for us, to actually remove a lot of the difficulty of the game for us, and actually make the game fun. So then we had a couple of meetings to discuss those settings and those different options. Well, I guess the first meeting was to just discuss. We had a meeting to discuss the configs, and then we kind of had a vote for like what does the community want to have as far as those options go. And then the next meeting we decided I think the first meeting was just introduction. The second meeting was we voted for what we want. And then I think we maybe had another meeting. I think it might have just been 2 meetings that we've had, and it's at a point now where it's actually been announced that Well, as of the last meeting, it was discussed that the new Valheim server is gonna be up by the next week, but feel like it's been more than a week, and I can tell that there's just a lot going on Skade. Like Blue being Blue has just been kind of talking about all these different events and like new like games and stuff that Skade is going to be hosting, or just different events that are going to be coming to Skade pretty soon. But I can tell Skade must be busy because none of those things have really been happening yet. But I'm confident that probably by this coming town hall meeting that stuff's going to be addressed, and we'll actually know at least when those things are going to start happening. But for now, I just kind of would like to bring to you what my thoughts are on Valheim making a comeback on Skade. And really the only reason I stopped playing was the same problem that's made everybody else stop playing. And, well, if that problem's going to be, if that problem's no longer gonna exist, then that makes me open to, give Valheim a second chance. And I'm pretty sure everybody else is in the same boat as I am on as far as that goes. So, and it's also been decided that it's been unanimously decided that we are going to be torching the old server, or as they would say, like, well, we're gonna be getting rid of the old world and starting fresh. And at first, I was unsure about that, only because I tend, like, as an autistic gamer, I tend to not really like restarts that well. But considering like all this, considering just the drama that's kind of happened in the with the old world, and maybe some of the memories that playing in that old world might bring back, and also just for just kind of for the appeal of me finally making YouTube videos of Valheim. I feel like starting over is actually probably the best option, because, well, as a YouTuber, I'm now finally going to be able to start making videos of this game, and I can actually start making videos straight from the beginning of the server. And me actually joining the Valheim server in the beginning this time, I'm probably going to get a better experience, because, well, there's going to be no, like, projects ongoing to distract everybody, and now everybody can actually help me play the game and kind of learn how to play the game. At least that's what I'm hoping for. So, it's kind of all I really had to say in this video. I just felt like, especially because I kind of left, maybe, at least for those of my viewers who have seen that episode of all the games I played, where I talked about my Valheim experience, and if that maybe left that kind of left Valheim off on a bad note, I feel like since like this, I got word that Valheim's gonna be making a comeback on Skade. I feel like before that server opens, I just feel like I owe at least my viewers who have seen that, I kind of, not closure, but just kind of an update, like kind of an update as far as Valheim on Skade is going. And well, if anyone's been left with on a bad note, well, it's actually making a turn for the better. And in fact, is going to have a second chance, be given a second chance as far as a game that we would enjoy playing on Skade. And just a few weeks ago, I still believe Valheim was just never gonna be coming back. It was just dead. And but then that one meeting, but then one meeting later, my whole perspective has been turned on it has been turned on its head, and I'm now, maybe this game could have maybe this game does deserve a second chance. So yeah. And as a veteran member of this community, and as a YouTuber who's been making videos since 2018, I would appreciate an opportunity to not only get to making videos of that game, but also to make videos of the game starting out from scratch. Like as in the entire world is starting over. Like I'm not like having to be introduced to a like a village that's being built, uh and like I actually had and like people, they're just wanting players to help build this village, and we now all get a chance to play the game at our own paces and in our own ways. And there still is going to be a community village, but it's gonna be nice to see like the game completely starting over. And I'm actually joining to a brand spanking new world. We're all starting out fresh. And I get to experience the game with everybody at kind of at the same time, which is gonna be fun. I'm quite looking forward to that. But anyway, before I continue rambling on and for another half hour, I just would like to just kind of want to wrap up this video here with Valheim is getting a reboot on Skade, and I'm actually looking forward to giving it another try. And I'm also looking forward to finally being able to make videos of the game. And so thank you all for watching this kind of impromptu video from me, and if you liked what you saw, leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to see my videos, be sure to hit the bell for notifications. And peace out. Bye.